When Tadao Ando was a child, he often went to a construction site near his home in Osaka. He always thought the carpenter was amazing because he was very interested in making things by himself when he was young. He felt that the carpenter was really great. They will frame before installing the siding, and they are confident that they will be proud of the house they have built for 100 years. They told Tadao Ando that building a house with confidence and pride, material is not enough to make a building great or strong. After understanding the carpenter's self-confidence and the artisan's pride, he began to think, maybe he could do the same and make a little contribution to society. We all have some childhood experience that accompany us all our lives. The house where Ando grew up was very important to him. It's an old-fashioned Japanese-style log cabin, and the compartment is divided into several units. This kind of house is called a lawn house. The form is quite long and narrow. When you come in from the street, you have to cross a walkway first, then enter the small atrium, and then a narrow and long space takes you deeper into the house. The atrium is important because the street houses are long and narrow, and the light coming in is limited, and the light is very precious. When you live in this space, you will understand the importance of light to the interior space.
Ando worked as a professional boxer for many years. On one occasion, he went to Thailand to participate in several boxing matches, and visited Buddhist temple by the way. He fell in love with the design of Buddhist temple and ignited his interest in architecture. He then spent several years traveling and observing architecture of Japan, Europe, and the United States. Later, he abandoned his boxing career and started as an apprentice in architecture, become an architect by self-study. Architecture and boxing are very different worlds. The former belongs to the creative field, while the latter is completely physical. The only thing that can be said is that when you are boxing, you must be brave, and you can take some risks to continue to penetrate the field of opponents. You must venture into danger area in order to fully utilize your ability to win the game. When creating architecture, not just building, but creating something. It also takes courage and adventure to advance into the unknown field and take another step forward. If you always stay in the same way of life, just focus on building a house. But don't think about why you built a house, and never request yourself. This doesn't require courage. But to create an architectural forms that look unfamiliar, one has to go one step further into the unknown.
One way to learn architecture is to go to architecture school. This is common practice. However, Tadao Ando took a different approach. He learned architecture through his own practice. He works with artisans and construction workers. They are simply artists. Therefore, the basis of the relationship between Ando and architecture is related to the body. The physical existence of architecture is the basis of his perception. This is a gradual process, not at a specific moment. In 1965, Ando decided to travel to Europe for a while, which was the key. He saw the Parthenon in Greece, the Parthenon in Rome, and many works by Kirby. And this time he began to understand that architecture can be a creative force, and a building is not only sheltered from the wind and rain. This brings him to a higher level of thinking about architecture. As an architect, what you can do is consider all kinds of people on earth and how architecture can help them get together. Not just a meeting place, but a place with inspiration. As an architect, this is all the Ando can do. Create a dialogue between multiple culture, history, and values. We can learn a lot from each other in the past.